Good morning, everybody. I have a fun card to show you with a fun technique, of course. And this one I showed you just a little bit when I did my wedding card with the Simply Succulents. Keep wanting to call them soft succulents. Simply Succulents, and this is the bundle. And in here is the big die that I love because this is just so great for backgrounds. So what I do is I take the insert that's in our designer series paper that it's a little bit thicker maybe than cardstock, and then it has like a little waxy finish on it, which is really great when you want to use it over and over again. So I just cut it into, a 5.5 by 4.25, and then I cut it out. And when I cut it out, it leaves a little border around the edge that you can put your painter's tape on. So let me show you a couple of the samples, and then I'll show you how I did it. So I used the soft succulent, and a lot of the end colors, lean their cells towards the succulents. Like soft succulent is a really pretty color for them, and evening evergreen is a new one, and then the fresh freesia is another one, and they all are really pretty colors, and a lot that are in the soft succulents. Then the end color gems, and then I also used, these are Memories and More, hand pinned is what they're called. And I love these for cards because you can just use, these cards on your card bases. And if you look in the catalog, there's 50, by the way, in here. You get 2 of each. And there's small ones, and then there's larger ones. And this one is my favorite. I love that one. I just think that you could, put a really pretty sentiment across the top there. And here it is again. Of course, those are the ones I have on the top. So in the catalog, this is the hand-pinned suite here. And then the Memories and More card pack is right here. But we also have the envelopes that go with them. And I wanted to show you where they are in the catalog on page 127. We have these ones right here, which are assorted. You get 3 by 4, 10 of them, 20 card bases and envelopes. So 10 small 3 by 4, and then 10 that are large 4 by 6. Because the Memories and More, these ones, the bigger ones, they are 4 by 6. So that you need a bigger base to put them on, and you already have them made. You don't have to cut your cardstock. So it's an idea for you for quick cards, because with this one, I just did my technique, and I cut a little bit of one of the Memories and More cards and put a little jewel on them and some of the beautiful ribbon. And these are the end colors. This is the soft succulent, and it ties so beautifully. And then this one turned out really well. It's really hard to capture on the camera how pretty it is in person. But I did that, and then I used one of the sentiments from the Simply Succulents. So let's put this to the side, and I'll show you what I did. I love Night of Navy. It's one of my favorites. So let me show you. I'm going to take one of these that I can use, and then do the Night of Navy first. I'll probably do this one too, but let me show you a couple of the samples. So I use the white craft ink, and what you want to do is you want to lay down a pretty good base of the Whisper White Craft ink, and then you can put any color on top of it. So you still have the beautiful blue, Night of Navy, that's showing through, but on this one it's very faint. But I did the soft succulent and some of the fresh freesia. And I did the other side, evening evergreen, and I did some of the shimmer paint. So I think this one turned out so pretty. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but it looks like velvet. And this one, I used actually another new product, and I'll have to show you that. It is our new chalk. So these come in this really nice box, and I like how they're in here so that you can keep them protected, but they're really nice. I'll come back and do another card with those later. I don't want to give you too much all at once. I want to focus more on the technique. So I did this one, and that's just so pretty. And like I said, lay down a really nice base, because I'll go back over this one again and put my colors in it. So I love this Evening Evergreen, and then the Fresh Freesia. Takes a while to get the new colors, you know, because you're so used to the old colors. But what you want to do is you want to take your frame that you've cut out from the Simply Succulents, and you want to take your painter's tape. I use painter's tape all the time for my techniques. So then you just want to put it on the sides to hold it down. And of course it's sticky the first time you use it. So just lay it right on the line. You don't want to cover up any of the pretty pattern. And then just press it down. And then just do the other side as well. But after I'm finished with this frame, I can use it too. Isn't it? It's already just beautiful. All the colors in it from going over it with my blending brushes. You will need your blending brushes. And I just, you know, I just say that one of these is going to be for my craft ink, you know. And then if I want to put some shimmer paint on it, I just put some shimmer paint inside of the lid. And of course I've got a hair in here, and I just put a little bit in there, and then I just come in with some of my craft ink, because I want can you tell I've been using this a lot? I gotta order some more today. So just put some in if you can get any to come out of your bottle. And this should be, I should have quite a bit in here. I thought I had a new bottle, but you know how that is. Sometimes things get lost in your craft room. So what you want to do is you want to just take a little bit of the shimmer paint, and then you want to just take your craft ink. I'm going to go ahead and close this so I don't make a mess. And then just ink your blending brush up and just start laying down your color. So if you don't want it all over your cardstock, your Night and Navy, if you want some of the color to peek through more, just concentrate on other areas where you want to add the new color when you come back in. So you're just gonna, you know, usually it's like the tips, I think, of the succulents that have the different colors. And then the base color, you know, on the inside of the succulent is like the green. And then the tips are usually like the purple. So what I do is I let this dry. So I'm going to actually take this one up so that it has time to dry, and then bring in one of my other pieces that I have let dry, and we'll go over it. See, it's really pretty, just like that. But, you know, of course, can I leave it like that? No. You gotta play with it. So let's bring in, I really like this color. I'm gonna put that one up there. But let's bring this one in, because this one I did last night and I let it dry really nicely. And I did put a nice base down on it. Make sure I get it back in. Oop, I turned it around the wrong way. So even if you came out of the lines a little bit, it would still be pretty, because I think that's what I did with the purple one. But just put that back in there, and then put your painter's tape back on the edge. Oops, I didn't want it to go over. Okay, let's close this up. Get it out of the way. I'll stick my fingers in it. You know me. So I want to come in. This is some of the Evening Evergreen. And you just load up your brush. And then it also has a little bit of the shimmer paint in it. And I put just a little bit of water in it because I knew it was going to be a little bit before I got back to my technique. But you can always put a little water in it so it mixes very well together. So what I suggest is if you want the green in the center, you know, concentrate on the center. Or you can even go around the edges, you know, wherever you like the color to be on the succulent. I just like to add. So I'm going to add some more because I don't think it's as dark as I want it to be. So that's why I always tell you to get the reinkers when you get a new ink pad. Just get your reinkers because you never know when you want to do a technique. So this one's quite dark. And I'm going to just brush it real easy until I see how it looks. So I want this one to be more concentrated in the center of those succulents and then around the edges. So just blend this in wherever you think you want that color to be. And then if you want another color to go in there too, bring it in. This is the Fresh Freesia, your purple. I do love this color. It's really pretty. So if you want just the tips, you know, put some on the tips of your succulents so that you get, you know, that pretty mixture. Because succulents aren't, you know, all one color. They just have such beautiful variations on them. You might want to wear gloves if you're worried about getting your fingers dirty. I always say I'm going to, and then I forget. So, what do you think about that? Didn't it turn out so pretty? I just love that it gives it so much depth. So like with this one, I just came in, you know, and put that on. But on the inside, I also used the frame. And then you can just stamp right over top of it with one of your sentiments. And I think that's so pretty. Put this one to the side here so you can see that. And then, I know I had a purple one. Yeah, here's the purple one. So what I did with this one is it was actually off center a little bit so that all those, you know, I still have the white lines, or the purple lines, and I can go over them again. So I don't want it off quite that much. So let me get this out of my way and just come back in with the tape. Hold it down. Then came in with my Fresh Freesia for this and just go over it and darken it up a bit. And then I came in with the succulent, the soft succulent. We're gonna give it its own right here. And I know there's still some of the color in here from the last one. You know, you can either, you know, use it or you can get another brush. They come 3 in a pack, so, you know, you can wash them out after you're done, which is really nice. The color will, you know, it'll look like you still have the same color in there, but it does come out. So I like that. I think that's plenty on that. Then if you wanted to go over top of it with some of the shimmer paint, you could do that. Isn't that pretty? These are just so addictive. Anything that I do like this, it's addictive, you know, because you don't know what colors you're going to get. Like with this one, you know, you just play with them. And then you can add just a little sentiment and a little ribbon, and you're good to go. So I'm going to put this one in here. And let's try a little bit of the chalk before I let you go. And then tomorrow I'm going to do all of the paper from the paper share, so you can see the new designer series paper. I know you can see it in the book, but when you can see it, you know, in person, I think it just makes it, you know, you decide if you want to be in the paper share or if you just like certain designer series paper, you can just get a pack of it and see what you like. So the chalk, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I love Bermuda Bay. Bermuda Bay and Night of Navy together is just so pretty. So this is a chalk. It is new in the new annual catalog. I just think it's pretty. You know, just rub it on in spots, and it will make this frame really pretty when I'm done. Oops, oops. You do have to watch that you don't curl up your template. I think it needs just a hint of yellow. So just push down the spongy part and then you can pull your chalk out of there. And I'm sorry I forgot to see what page the chalk was on, but it will be under coloring tools in your catalog. And if you don't have a catalog, just make sure and let me know. I can get one to you. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I really like it. I love how the Bermuda Bay is in there. You could even color on this with blends because, you know, with your Whisper White craft ink, it gives you a base to put your color down on. So let me know what you think. I hope you like the technique, and I will see you tomorrow when I do the designer series paper. And if you want to get in on that share, I'll tell you about that as well. Bye bye.